Garrett Adelstein, 27 years old, born and raised in Tucson, Arizona. I currently live in Santa Monica. I, for a living, am a high-stakes professional poker player, almost entirely focusing on the biggest cash games in the world. Poker overlaps with Survivor in an infinite number of ways. At the very top of the list, just like in poker, Survivor is a game of strategy, first and foremost. So understanding the numbers, understanding how to get, in the majority, understanding the various permutations associated with the game, is very important. People reading in poker, just like in Survivor, is an absolutely critical skill. So, when I'm at the poker table, it's important that I can read my opponents and be able to tell if they have a good hand or a weak hand. And the same can be true in Survivor. Now, in its most sort of obvious form, that would be someone looking at me and saying, "You can trust me, I'm voting for Mary today," right? But that can be branched off in a variety of other ways too. I think I'm a very good judge of character, maybe in part because of poker as well, So when someone comes to me on day one and says, "Hey, I want to make a final three alliance with you right now, you and me and only you and me to the end," that's the kind of thing where being able to tell if they're lying or not in that exact spot may not instantly sort of decide the outcome of my game, but it's going to be extremely relevant. I went to the University of Arizona, graduated in May 2008. I was valedictorian in my high school class, 4.0, 99 percentile SATs, etc. And when it came to decide whether I was going to go to USC or Stanford or stay at home, I decided just to go to U of A, to be honest. U of A was paying me to go to school, and at that time I was like 98% sure I was going to go to law school. So I was like, all right, well, I might as well save money. But probably the most relevant reason why I went to U of A was because I wasn't ready for life to begin. I wasn't ready to be an adult yet. I knew U of A had the hottest girls ever. Most of my closest friends went there, and it's an amazing party school. So my plan, which, part A I was able to execute successfully, was, party hard, live it up, frat life, everything like that, still get a 4.0, save some money, and then go to law school. But the law school part, that just didn't work out for me. So freshman year is when my poker career started to take off. I played recreationally in high school, but right around when college started in 2004 was when internet poker started to blow up, actually. And similar to sort of my obsession with Survivor, I became instantly obsessed with poker, and dedicated almost all of my time that I wasn't partying or, honestly at U of A, how much studying do you really need to do, So pretty much all of the time that I wasn't doing social activities, I was, working on my poker game, studying it, and I was very fortunate in that respect, in that I really was there on the ground floor, So by 2006, 2007, when you could play for huge amounts of money, I had, the kind of experience and sort of the obsessive work ethic, needed to rise, to the highest levels. So I don't actually play on the internet at all anymore. You can't legally play on the internet in the United States. So my decision was different than many of my peers. Most people who sort of were making the amount of money that I do, and honestly, many who would make a fraction of it, decided to move overseas to continue to play internet poker. But I was just never going to let poker define me. And there was just no way I was going to leave, the United States. I love America. I love my friends. So that was just completely out of the question for me. Sometimes I think there's this debate on Survivor, amongst, whoever, the viewing audience or whoever it may be, is it ethical or moral or appropriate to act duplicitous? And I just find the question even comical. It's not even a debate. It's not even a real question. It's not something that goes through my head at all. The only thing that will be going through my head at all times, whether it's, the strategic game or the social game or anything else, is what is my best play strategically? If someone is the most annoying person ever, and I'm sure there'll probably be someone on my tribe that is, I could care less. The only thing I'll be thinking about is what can they do for me strategically. I want to come across as like, the very friendly frat boy who's going to help you out in challenges, but just has no clue what's going on otherwise. And, I'll just follow you as long as you want, and then you can vote me off. Is sort of the, the image I'm hoping to portray. Now, admittedly, that's kind of a situation where it's much easier said than done. And if you're going to be in an alliance with someone and you're going to be living with someone for a while, like, they're going to learn something. But I'm just going to do the best I can with that. I'm going to constantly be reminding myself, like, don't show people you're smart. Don't show people you know the game. There's no question that anything I do in my life, I go all in, Just like I have no problem when I'm playing poker going all in. I went all in for Survivor. I go all in at the gym. I go all in with my friends and family. And Survivor's absolutely no different. I went all in terms of preparation to be here, and I couldn't be more excited to get this thing going, because no matter what happens, I worked my butt off for this.